Got 2 chains on, I'm too late. Got 1 watch on my wrist. I'm round and I'm getting it. I'm young, but I ain't ignorant. They keep asking who the hell you think you are. Him, and him. They keep asking who the hell you think you is. Him, and him.
Been the best in this game for a minute. If I want it, then I'ma go get it. Ain't no asking, you know I'ma spin it. I don't go back and forth like it's tennis. I'm in mode, I've been locked on a mission. Cupid G, I ask God as my witness. I'm not pressing my bro off suspicion. Never pressing my bro off suspicion. She from NOLA, she got superstition. I'm not waiting and hoping and wishing. I'm not stopping, I'm balling relentless. I'm a stepper, I'm standing on business. In the rumors, I'm minding my business. I'm a tutor, teach you how to get it. I tap in with the ones in your city. We make movies, we all the way with it.
Point them out, 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 point them out. Watch them panic. Got 2 chains on, I'm too late. Got 1 watch on my wrist. I'm round and I'm getting it. I'm young, but I ain't ignorant. They keep asking who the hell you think you are. Him, and him. They keep asking who the hell you think you is. Him, and him.
I told the people, yes, I'm him. I did the impossible, but I'm not Kim. Gotta be by the escalator. I'm on the rim, hit the butter with a blitz. We gon' study his film. I ain't gotta say nothing, ain't know it's for real. Country people trying to give me a meal. You want you some violence, you got you a deal. Mr. Bushwick, Bill, tell me how you feel. No, I'm not from Dallas, but yes, I'm a cowboy. We them boys. We making loud noise. They ain't fresh today. I be looking like a house. Got a defensive line that'll make them sit down. Feel like a D-lineman, but still making touchdowns. Beat them in their hometown, I ain't here not one sound. I've been a big bully since I was on the playground. I'm all grown up and I still don't play around.
Point them out, point them out, point them out, point them out.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. It is Week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Houston Texans. Happy Christmas Eve to all. What a good one we have in store as we are underway here in Week 16. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
First play, Watson to the air. Short pass caught by Henry. And he'll be out right at the 35. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Here's the former NFL rushing champ. It's Jonathan Taylor. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. The Texans at 500, 7-7 on the year. And they come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Again, it's Taylor. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Watson's and the throw here caught by Addison. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Throw inside complete. That's Davis. That'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. They will indeed snap it to Watson. Uncorks one for Davis. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Houston. Darius Davis with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Texans' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Wow, talk about a big fourth-down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
Man, I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it, having that kind of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To throw, it's Mahomes. Alvin Kamara. Touchdown! Alvin Kamara with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Browns are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
The extra point up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
As a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. To throw on second is Watson. Forced out to his left. Completes this to Addison out left. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Many teams, as soon as they spot man defense, if they haven't called a hitch, they'll get to it as fast as they can. They want to put the ball in the hands of one of their best playmakers and hope that he can break a tackle on the outside and go for big yardage.
Well, they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. He handed it off there, but I don't really know if he would have kept it or tried to do anything else if it would have mattered.
Yeah, it's not always a wrong read when a play gets stacked up. Sometimes they're just at the line of scrimmage. There's just too many bodies to maneuver.
And as a result, now they're looking at a 4th down. Trying to punch it in with Taylor. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. He needed a couple, but he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And this Browns defense stands tall. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 46. Now Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. And that nearly trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it. And it'll be 2nd down. Hey, look at the defense for these Texans. And they're a unit that struggled some against the run, no doubt, coming in 25th out of 32 teams.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand
back-to-back incompletions. They go play fake. Mahomes. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And able to work his way down to the 16. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Now Patrick going to change the play.
Here's Kamara trying to run for him. And he's able to pick up the 1st down before he's tackled right at the 10. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Again, it's Kamara. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. These 2 teams all tied after 1. The start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming.
Go! Attack, attack! Hero 15!
On the counter, here's Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And his kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this 1-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, they're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired, CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they want to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after it.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Houston. Jonathan Taylor with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Texans are able to move back in front. 1 play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
The extra point up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their futures. They look ahead to the offseason. What spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
A give to Kamara running right. And they'll get him down here at the 23. From the 23, here's the second down and 9. They run it again with Kamara. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
Kamara trying the right side. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. And here's Brad Robbins now. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. It's taken to the 26. So a change in possession here on the punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes it's not really true, but last time that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
On 1st down, Watson. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's Deonte Banks with it. And the Browns are going to take over at their own 41. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, the great coach said football is a really simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Mahomes will try again on 2nd down. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the 1st. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Hey, 43, 43, 15. 15.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Drops this up, puts it on the carpet, it's out, and the Texans scoop it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you get defenders out there who are preaching, hey,
there he goes left side. Inside the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Jonathan Taylor. That's his 19th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Wolf on now for the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Dwayne Eskridge elects to bring it out. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football is certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it, and if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Mahomes going to throw. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield of man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Now this throw caught left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. First down now that the clock continues to move. Throwing now is Mahomes. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Texans are going to have it here at their own 15. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Watson. And bringing it in, it's Davis. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before it's taken down. A gain of 28 yards there and give him the first down. To throw is Watson. And that is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Watson looks to throw again. Flush to his right. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And incomplete on the deep ball. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. On the return, it's Eskridge, and he'll bring it out. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense is throwing at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
Easy.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. Down the sideline he goes. Touchdown, Browns. Alvin Kamara, his 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Browns come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter.
That is today's NFL, isn't it? If you're going to be a running back in this league, you've got to be complete to stay on the field, at least for those 3 downs we talk about. Got to be able to catch it, which he's doing quite well in this one. 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, a little unconventional. He hasn't been able to cross the goal line as a runner, but as you say, twice as a receiver. They'll turn to Kamara. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that momentum stays in your camp.
And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Watson now to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
He lets one go deep for Addison. Tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess. That allows for extra yardage on the return.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Being chased out left. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A gain of 22.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Rush coming, and he's taken down. And now they're in the hurry-up. Mahomes now to throw. Flushed out right. Pitch and catch to Moreau, the tight end. So the completion good for just 3. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. He was out there waving his arms. I mean, you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help. I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And this Texans defense stands tall. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this, because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too.
135 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Watson off play action. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Back to throw, Watson. Throw right side, caught by Davis. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Watson on 3rd down. It's complete. He dials up Davis once more. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
2nd and 10 at the 38-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 10. Off of play action, it's Watson. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Eric Kendricks from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9.
And they visited the end zone frequently in this one, and obviously they wanted another one. But give credit to the defense there. They may not make the comeback, but pride showed. Good sack on that play.
Third and long, it's Watson. And that is incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on third down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a... And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
And room there to work it inside the 25. 142 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Now 2nd and 3. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
And that's the type of run that they're looking for because they'll need to continue to rely on him to move the sticks in this tight game in order to preserve this lead.
Taylor. Fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? Oh, and now some trickery. They fake the spike. But it's not going to work. He'll go down, and they got him. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
And his kick here is good. And that'll push the lead up to 8. And from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the... The Browns drive about to get started. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering to the field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. Channing Tindall, the one who got through to drop him.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Mahomes' throw going to be caught by Davis. And they're able to get this one across the 35. On first down, Mahomes. That'll be complete to Okonkwo. Then he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And that's a much-needed first down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a fourth down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
Mahomes now on first down. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Amari Hooker. And the Texans are in great shape here as they take over at the 46-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Another important fourth-quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. This is caught at the 20. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A big pickup at 38. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now it's Watson. And he's caught. Touchdown, Texans. Jordan Addison, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Texans are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth-quarter advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 15 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. This is 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And got his man complete. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Mahomes. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. Mahomes. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And while it's probably going to take a miracle at this stage, if they come down with this one in the end zone, they've still got a fighting chance. That one, however, winds up incomplete.
Here's Mahomes. And he comes back with one complete. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Mahomes. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Mahomes will throw. He'll buy some time right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think...
Touchdown! Alvin Kamara from 6 yards away. And the Browns are able to cut into that deficit. Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for one here and save the possible 2-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for 2 here and you don't get it, that's deflation.
Yeah.
Now you're wondering why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now and come back and try and get it later.
They'll turn to Kamara, and he will find the end zone again. So he gets the touchdown and the 2-point conversion, and that'll cut this deficit down a little bit further. So a minute and change to go, and this is going to be an onside kick. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. It happened in the NFL. The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Well, they got the ball already. They're not going to risk the yardage and running another 4th down. They decline it.
And what was that they taught you in law school, that possession is 9/10 of the law?
I didn't go to law school.
Oh, you didn't? I thought you did. Well, I'm going to give that to you anyway. Possession is 9/10 of the law. And it's 9/10 of this game, too. Having the football counts.
You're so litigious. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up, it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it, because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded, because we've seen the improbable before.
Touchdown in the new town already.